What's up, you guys? Romeo Man of Mystery here, and today I'm going to be talking about just some items in my collection. Just things that I've collected. That I have that you've probably seen in previous videos, or maybe you haven't seen. I know I haven't posted a video in a while. I'm trying to get back into it. It's just a lot of stuff. Not really like important stuff. It's just little things. It just caused me not to post a lot. But get back to it. So the first item here today is I don't know if you've seen this or not, but this is a Bart Simpson vinyl doll. Or I don't know why they call it a doll. It's actually has no stuff in it at all. It's completely vinyl. I mean, there might be some fluff on the inside, but like it's plastic, the whole thing. There's no plush. So he's holding a slingshot, as you can see, and one of the cool things about this particular item is that he is modeled off of as you can see, the family. See how he's holding the slingshot? He's modeled after that one. You could tell because of the way his eye, like one eye does like that, and you can see that really closely in the thing. One eye is like that, and the other eye is not. Kind of hard to tell though, but if you look, you could definitely see it. Now I know he's not aiming the slingshot at you, but it's definitely what that was modeled after. It's quite obvious. And the lip is extra longer than it needs to be. There's a lot of toys that have like, as you can see, their lips, but they're not as long as this one. Even smaller toys like the Burger King one doesn't have such a long lip because it needs to have that image of, like, you can kind of see how it's trying to model that. I don't know if you're able to move the arm. I'm sure you might be able to. I'm not sure. Yeah, so this is an original 1990. You could tell because it's blue and green packaging. Anything from, like, you could tell that. The original inbox is blue and green packaging. Anything that was super old. Nowadays, I believe it's red and yellow. It is. It's red and yellow. One interesting thing to note is that the molding has him wearing underwear. Like he's wearing underwear, but you can't take the underwear off, thank God, but like, it's like part of his mold, and that's really weird. They didn't have to do it, but they did, so that's kind of interesting. So something, our next item, I don't want to keep talking about one item, is the Marge Simpson Born to Shop. Marge Simpson. Whew. So, this is a great item. This was definitely meant for kids, though, and I'm going to go in detail about that in a second. But first, it comes with a wallet, a watch, credit cards, and some money, not real money, of course, and a ring. Now, you're like, oh my god, a wallet, It's not a good wallet. Hence why I said this was particularly made for kids. Because, if you look at it, look how thin that is. You could use this wallet, but it's not recommended. It's, like, really, really not. And just for verbatim, here's a normal wallet. Here's what a normal wallet that you could buy at a store, good quality, fake leather, I guess. I don't know. Look at the difference. I mean, just look at that. You put this in your pocket, might rip. It's made of, rubber. So you can kind of tell that's rubber. At least it's rubber, I guess, but that's the only thing they did with that. And you're like, oh wow, watch. The watch is pretty cool, of course, It's so small that you can barely see them. But again, it was meant for kids. It's still a really cool item. It's from 1990. Raru. That's such a weird company name. But yeah, and one thing to note, you're like, oh my god, a watch. You would think they'd have the Simpsons like logo on there or something, but they don't. It's just a plain yellow ring. I mean, I don't even get what you'd use that for. I guess to wear it or whatever, but maybe this was targeted towards women is what you would think, but it comes with a wallet. So, you know what I mean? It's just like, wow. But it's still a good item. If you see it for cheap, get it. If it's a little expensive, then if you feel it's a little expensive for an item, either keep searching to find a cheap one that you feel isn't too expensive, because I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on this. These are kind of average, not rare to find, and it's not worth spending more than $20 on. So the next item I want to show you is some training cards. I don't want to say training cards, but they're in bags. I like the, dust-free container. But if we can see here, oof, this light shining real bad. Here we go. Oh my god, that's better. As you can see, there's a lot. I think there's 50. There's 50. There's 50 or 40 cards. It's a lot, and it's from 1993. Now, they show most of the characters from Season 1. It's from 1993, so mostly from Seasons 1 to Season 3, but there's a lot of Season 1 characters, like Mrs. Botsukowski, so on and so forth, Of course, there's some other ones that are like, who are these people? But, of course, I knew who they were, but other people might not know who they are. One interesting thing is that, I know you're like, well, Homer's wearing a pink shirt. It's his bowling shirt. Now, not all the characters are special like that. I know you're like, well, it's kind of weird how they didn't give Homer his classic white t-shirt. I don't know why they gave him this, because they don't really do that with any other character. Most characters are on, like, wear their normal outfit. So, that's just something cool, I guess. So yeah, and every single one, I'll take out a card just to show you. I don't know what the last card. Oh, let me pull out the first card so there's something to look at, because the last card is just like a checklist. So here it is. If it'll stop with a glare. There we go. Homer's thinking about a donut, and it says Homer's enemy is his brain. And on the back, it tells a lot of information about the character, which is really nice, and it has it for every single character. It tells just about them, what their lives are, And if you look at the very bottom here, it's a little animation. So if you got all the cards and started flipping them like a notepad, like if you drew a ball bouncing up and down on a notepad, if you were to flick them all, of course it would bend the cards. So I don't recommend it unless you don't care about the cards, in which case you could bend them, I guess. But it would make a little animation of the Itchy and Scratchy opening, of them like smacking each other with the giant hammer things. So they're really cool. Of course, there's Marge, Bart, there's everybody, and it's an early Simpsons item, as you can tell. But I think they're really cool. If you can find them for a good price, I definitely say buy them. I think they're a great item. Now, our next and our last item, actually, is the Bart Simpson phone. Now, you're like, we've seen the Bart Simpson phone. You've definitely seen the Bart Simpson phone. But this is still one of the best items that it's really one of those things that people would actually have in the 90s. This is something you'd buy when you're kids or something, and the cards are just for true fans. But this is something that, if you just watch The Simpsons a few times, you're like, I'd buy a Bart phone. It's a good price. It's him holding a slingshot, and he's like crouched over and put in like a fetal position, I guess is the best way to put it. I know it doesn't really sound too good. You can really see like where the things are, and if you look into his eyes, they're they look black here, but they're actually red. His little red eyes. So when the phone was plugged into a landline, it would flash red, So that was really cool. I love how they did that with all the Bart toys. They had a spike. Of course, it's the classic blue shirt Bart, my favorite kind of Bart. He has his little slingshot. You know what I mean? I don't think it was modeled after the logo, but it might have been. And his back opens up, and as you can see, there's numbers. There's like it's really interesting. The buttons feel nice and soft. I like that. Now I've seen some Bart phones, where like this part, like right here, is usually always a different color from this part. Like this blue, since this part, I think it's a different plastic material to me. Or they made this slightly different, where this can yellow more than this part, so it really looks weird. But I'm lucky enough to have a part that looks perfect and not yellowed at all. It's the same color. You can definitely see it's been yellowing a little bit more than this side, because this side doesn't yellow, but this side does. The best example I can use is an old Super Nintendo. There'll be some parts that are super yellow, and there'll be other parts that aren't yellow. That's the best way I can put it. Of course, there's a long yellow landline. Of course, most people don't use landlines anymore, but I guess you could use it. I wouldn't see the point. And the way you would hang it up is if there's a flat surface, there's a little button. I guess this is the hang-up button. I never really called something for beta, but so like when you were finished the phone, you would just pretend my hand's a flat surface, and it would close. His back closes when you put it on a flat surface. Instead of having to do this, you could just, my hand's a table, and do that. And and I guess once it hit the table, it would end the call, because that button would press. You would talk to them like that. But if you were trying to scratch your arm or something and accidentally press the the button, I'm sure you'd have to press it down all the way. But yeah, it's pretty comfortable. It doesn't hurt you at all. But it's like, wow, you know what I mean? It's really cool. I actually really love this item. So that's it for today. Like I said, I'm gonna try to be posting more. I hope you enjoy the video. Like and comment down what you see something around my room. You're like, you should do a review of that, and I will. And also, I collect everything Simpsons. I'm a huge Simpsons fan. Like, just for instance, you know what I mean? Like, I got like belts and slippers, and I even make custom art. As I'll see here. Here is some custom art that I personally made. It's Bart Simpson, gold. I got my initials in the bottom there. I custom made that, with some paint markers. So I like to draw too. I like to dabble in everything. Like I said, I hope you enjoy the video. I will be posting more content soon. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.